So it's been a week in Phoenix and we are already back on the road. We're doing 6 hours to my in-laws or her parents' place. We're gonna hang out there for a week. We are in the middle of the desert now. It's a very different landscape than when we're coming into Phoenix. So let's hit the road.
We decided to spend the week in Los Angeles because Tessa starts work on Monday, and this would be the only extended amount of time that we would really get to spend with her parents. So we decided to finish up our place as far as setting it up and hit the road.
All right, so I'm out here somewhere in the mountains of Los Angeles doing my first trail run, and it is already kicking my ass. But blessing is that it's foggy. There's not that much sun. The conditions are great, but as you can tell, I'm way out of breath. This is hard. This is pretty cool. I'm starting to get on top of the cloud. You can see the separation of cloud and no cloud there. Blue skies up ahead, sun's up ahead. This is pretty gorgeous. Great way to start out a Sunday. Now this is pretty damn cool. I'm not even that high up, but that's pretty thick layer of fog. Low one in LA and everything else up nice and clear. All right, these downhills are way harder than I expected. I'm also entering a cloud so they make it foggy, but this is much more difficult than I thought it'd be on these grades. You essentially can't run, and taking these small steps is just really annoying, but this thing pretty steep on the way down. Absolutely toast right now, and I've got this wall ahead of me. You probably can't tell how steep it is based on this video, but oh, my legs are dead. I feel absolutely gassed. We got one wall, and I'm assuming that's the hardest part, and then it's mostly downhill, and then we're done. We're about an hour and 45 in. That means 45 minutes left. Let's do it. All right, pretty much at the end of the trail, and I'm absolutely humbled by trail running. I got absolutely destroyed. There's a lot to work on before my 100K in October. I really need to start working on specificity of trails because I can run on road. I can run for 50 plus miles, but trail, whole different story.
We also have a fair number of friends in LA who we were able to spend some quality time with over our week here, including Harmony, who recently launched her own granola brand, which is very, very good. And here she is telling you about it.
Hey everyone, my name is Harmony Loy, and I started True Harmony Goods. This is my low sugar, organic, small batch granola that I make and sell. I started this because I thought there was too much sugar in granolas and I wanted to bring the health back into it. So there's only 2 grams of sugar per quarter cup versus store-bought ones are like 8 to even 14 grams. And yeah, so I have an original and a dark chocolate cacao, and I hope you guys like it.
Like I said, this granola is actually very good, and I eat granola pretty much daily with Greek yogurt. It has become a staple of mine, so highly recommend it. We spent time in Arcadia as well with some other friends checking out a new boba shop, which was created by someone who actually got burnt out of medicine. We tried some viral H-Mart desserts and also went peacock hunting.
We're out peacock hunting. Let's see if we can find some. Apparently there's peacocks that just walk around in this neighborhood.
And peacocks we did find, not only one, but we found several, and they were everywhere. They were just walking around lawns, landing on top of the houses, walking in the middle of the street, and we even found some babies. Peacocks are the national bird of India and pretty rare, I guess, aside from this random neighborhood. So it was quite a treat to see them just walking around so freely. We also found, and Tessa was really intrigued by this Korean viral coffee thing where you have this bare ice cube, but in reality it was just kind of like a Starbucks coffee taste, and it wasn't anything super special. So that was a little bit of a bust.
One of the main reasons I came to LA was to have an interview actually this Thursday for a job. Yes, and it's a little bit early. We'll talk about it a little bit more. So you might know I'm going to be a fellow or starting fellowship in August for being an interventional spine fellow. Typically you don't look for jobs until at least you're maybe November, December into your fellowship, but we're planning on coming to LA, which is an incredibly tough market, and I already kind of know the skills I'll leave with, so I figured why not start hunting for jobs now. So I'm actually interviewing. I've set up a couple, so this is going to be the second one that I have, and the only one this week, but I'm very excited for this. It's in a great location, which I'm not going to share with you, and if you're interested to learn more about kind of the stages of medical training and where I'm at in it, then I'll make a video on that. Comment down below so you can finally understand, because it can be very confusing.
In typical LA fashion, there was a ton of traffic even earlier on in the morning, so this made the morning drive pretty much let me arrive just on time, but the interview went pretty well, I think, and I even ended up having another random phone interview later on that day. The rest of the week, we pretty much just enjoyed eating a ton of delicious food cooked by my mother-in-law, working out, going to the gym and going for runs, and just spending time relaxing before we get back to our daily lives over in Arizona.
So on my runs now, I realized after that trail run that I really need to do some work. So I'm gonna train as much as I can on some hills, Stairmaster, and on the trail because that was hard.
So today's Friday as I'm editing up this vlog. We will be heading back to Phoenix tomorrow on Saturday after I do one last trail run here, take advantage of the nice cool temperatures in Los Angeles before we go back to the scorching heat. Although next week is a little bit cooler in Phoenix, but that's it for this vlog. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.